Hey everyone, this is your girl Lala, aka the baddest on YouTube. Sorry, I think I'm sitting on some stuff. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, this is your girl Lala, aka the baddest woman of YouTube. And make sure, if you are new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you go ahead and follow me on my social medias and make sure you cop my merch. I'll leave that information in the description box down below. Now, as you guys remember, if you watched my last video, Snowed In with Bae. Now I'm about to tell you about the time how I almost lost Bae. Literally lost him. Lost him to the point like we wasn't talking to each other like for a good minute. And it kind of, I wasn't feeling it. So, me and JS, I think that's what I called him, JS. Yeah, I did. And if you guys don't remember, the Snowed In with Bae, I'll leave that link down. I'll leave that link in the description box down below. Oh, I can't talk today. I think because I'm off. I'm off today for my day job, so bear with me. And I'm partied out. I had a busy weekend. Oh, yeah. But this is what happened. Me and JS was supposed to go on a date. And eventually what happened was that I kept calling him, I was at work and I was supposed to meet up with him after work. I don't know what happened. I kept calling him, we was texting each other, we texted each other back, and then when his time was progressing, I didn't hear from him, I was calling him, I was texting him, this, that, and the third, still didn't hear from him. When I tell you I was in a fit of a rage, now mind you, I was in that stage after 2010. My whole attitude went a whole 360. I snapped. Any guy who did me wrong or come at me sideways, I'm gonna want to fight. I don't care who you are. You say anything disrespectful, you're gonna get these hands. Trust and believe, because I was in a situation that something got a little ugly at the club. But that'll be for another story time. So first and foremost, I texted him, was like, I think I texted him like some mean, cold-hearted shit. And because of that, he texts back like, I was at the hospital with my daughter. It was something, she got real sick, real bad. And I was like, I told him, like, I got mad with him. I was like, well, why you didn't say anything? Like, this is disrespectful. And I was like really getting at him hard to the point he threw in the towel and was like, well, I see where this lies. I think we should get a break. Da, da, da. I was like, well, whatever, fine. I was like, okay, I don't care. So then there was this app called Glide. And if you guys remember Glide, comment down below. So I started getting videos and pictures from him, for the time that he was out I think he was out somewhere with his daughter, and he was, going ahead, like, what happened? He had sent me like a video of him and her at some petting zoo, petting the bunny rabbits. So I figured to myself, okay, well, he's not mad no more, let me call him. I called this man. I could hear in his voice he's still pissed off, and he has like this weird attitude. And I was like, hey, what's up? He was like, nothing. I was like, okay, I saw the video that you sent me. It was cute, like how what's going on, da da da. He was like, no, that was just me and my daughter being out, da da da. He was like, oh well, let me call you back. Last time I checked, he never called me back. So I figured we was like done. We was finished. So I would say months down the line, I was out there living my best life. I was out there just cooling. You know, at the same time, let me see what happened. I think I went off and dated somebody else around that time. Yeah, I did. I dated somebody else, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I went off and dated somebody else. He was in the Air Force. That's another story time. I'll bring that up later on. Then what happened was that he had hit me up out of nowhere. I think it was either Instagram or was it my freaking phone number. And my first reaction, I wanted to ask him what the fuck you want. But I was like, okay, hello. I guess like he saw all my pictures on Instagram and everything like that. And I guess it was getting close around my birthday. We started to, like talk a little bit, little by little. And what happened was that, what else happened? I think what happened was that he and I started getting well acquainted, slowly but surely back to our old terms. And then that's when I invited him out to dinner for my birthday. And I was going out on a limb because we was going to some Mexican place. It was in Colorado. I forgot what it called. But we went, I think, after the movies. Yeah, after the movies we went. No, we went for dinner. But I don't know what, yeah, we went for dinner and then afterwards we went we went home, but he was gonna come by and stop by the house. But sorry, you gotta forgive me. This is a long time ago and I'm all over the place. So we went to dinner. I swear to God, I acted like the biggest little girl known to man when she's like invited her crush from high school to dinner to meet her peoples. I was sitting there blushing. At that time, if I'm not mistaken, my hair was like a little copper reddish. My face was super red. He's sitting there, sitting next to me, and he stalls out smiling. He pulls my chair next to him. I said, oh my God, can I be more uncomfortable as is? I was blushing. He was like, what's wrong? I said, nothing. I'm just looking down at my food. I'm like, putting my I think it was like an appetizer. I'm over here trying to put my fork in my appetizer. I kept missing. It was a hot mess. But after my birthday, we started going out on dates. Hell, he took me to go see 50 Shades of Grey on Valentine's Day. I even had to work on Valentine's Day because the job I was at, I was dealing with like the like, I don't want to say the name of the job, but it was like dealing with healthcare. You know, when you have to beat that deadline to get healthcare. So the job I was working at was like, you know, dealing with market health and everything like that. You know, dealing with, it was like a third party dealing with all the types of health insurance like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, you name it. So I remember I volunteered for overtime that night. So after we finished watching the movies, what happened was I went and got me some food because I didn't know my job was gonna have food. So I got me some food and left, and then, you know, walked each other till he walked me to my car, he kissed me, and then we went off our separate ways. That next few days, that's when it led up to us being snowed in with Bae. Yeah, I was snowed in with him. Y'all already know that story. If you don't, I'm gonna click on that link down below. But ever since then, you know, we talked it out. I told him about my behavior, and like, you know, when it comes to dudes, like, I couldn't trust them, so I thought he was just like them. So I was like, fuck you, you ain't shit type of deal. And then when I realized I was gonna lose him, ooh child, it hit me like a ton of bricks. So me and JS, we was dating until time was up for me in Colorado and I moved to Georgia. We still do keep in contact. Not as much because I know he's busy and sometimes I'm busy, but we do keep in contact as much as we can. So that is the story of how I almost lost bae. And it taught me sometimes not to assume a lot about guys, but I still went back to it recently. Like, I used to think every guy was a dog, and I used to think like, oh, you ain't shit, I'll fight you, I'll beat your ass type of deal. But I tend to calm that down. Oh, just a smidge. Just a smidge. But now I just got overly aggressive, but in a flirting way. And it scares guys. But that's all I gotta say. That's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.